Thank you once again for tuning in. This is Maximize Your Life with Pastor Marcus. It's Wednesday night and we are in the house. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Thank you. It is a blessing to be here on tonight. I am loving the transition to TGM. I am loving. Thank you guys for coming. My TGM Bible study. Thank you guys. Get used to seeing the symbol. My prayer is that by the end of the year, we have impacted Houston so much that everybody has seen this symbol at least 2 times every week. So that is my goal. So if you can, when you see the symbol on Facebook, share it. When you see it anywhere, share it. Send somebody to it. This is the symbol of hope right here. Believe in God, believe in yourself. All right, so with that, tonight we are going to finish up. Last week was supposed to be the last week we've been doing on forgiveness, but it got so good to us that we ended up staying. And I'm one, I like to stay within my time limits. So tonight, we're going to stay within the time limits. Tonight, we're going to Matthew chapter 18, verse 21 through 22. And it's the conclusion. I'm calling this Forgiveness, the Final Thoughts. Forgiveness, the final thoughts on forgiveness. There's so much more that we could say or go into it. But tonight, we're going to go Matthew 18, 21 and 22. Everybody put your phones on silent. All right. Then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Up to 7 times. That's good, Peter. I wouldn't have said 7 times, though. I'd have said 3 times. Jesus said to him, I do not say to you up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7. Y'all know my favorite scripture, what the disciples said to Jesus when he said something like that. And Luke, Lord, increase our faith. I ain't ready to forget that many times. All right. So tonight, the concluding final thoughts on forgiveness. We have been talking about forgiveness for the last 3 lessons. This episode 15, 16. This is episode 17 on our YouTube channel. Forgiveness. I'm going to start because last week, I believe we ended on give yourself time to heal. We ended on giving yourself time to heal from those past wounds, highlighting the fact that forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release all feelings of vengeance towards a person, whether you feel like they deserve it or not. A conscious and deliberate decision. And so going into that, we were talking about the effects of forgiveness and how it has to be a conscious decision, but you also have to give yourself time to heal. And we are Christians, and sometimes we try to force it. We try to force it because we Christians, we want to, put on our Superman, our Super C t-shirts like we super Christians. But the truth is that sometimes we need time to heal. So that's what we concluded at last week. And so tonight, we are going to stretch just a little bit further the healing process. And we are going to start with breaking the cycle. What cycle is that? What cycle? The grudge cycle. The grudge cycle. You say, Marcus, the grudge cycle. I guarantee you this. There are a bunch of people that went to church on Sunday. They said Bible study tonight, holding grudges. I guarantee you it's a bunch of people in church holding grudges. Tonight we're going to start with breaking the cycle. Church people holding grudges but still coming to church. And I am not one to judge or criticize anybody. But I am very big on us trying to switch out the things of God. We try to put things in place of other things. But the principle is that God cares more about how we treat each other than going through the motions at church. And I want us to get that because a lot of us, we try to switch and we can come in and shout. We can come in and shout and have church on Sunday, but really have a grudge at somebody. You know what? Here's one of the things that I like. This thing came to my head today. 2 people at church shouting, but got a grudge against each other. 2 people in church shouting, but holding a grudge against one another. And the funny thing about that is, how do you think that God responds to two people shouting, yet they holding a grudge with one another. How do you think God responds? What do you think God really care about? Here's the thing. I think a lot of times we miss it though, but because we hold a grudge with people that don't go to our church.
Yeah.
We have grudges with people outside of the church, and we feel like we can come in and do our little thing at the church while holding a grudge with people that don't go to our church, right? And so the understanding is that God cares more about how we treat people. Here's the scripture. If you go to the altar with your gift and there realize you have something against your brother, here's the text. The text is you go and be reconciled to your brother. Here's my thing. My thing is we have to understand that to hold a grudge is not as simple as we think. That is a sign that you have not let it go. I think it's so easy. I think one of the easiest things for us as Christians to do is hold a grudge, right?
Yeah.
You don't even realize it, but you holding the grudge. Here's the thing. He says, how many times, Lord, can he sin against me before I'm able to do something back? That's what he wanted to say. He didn't say that. How many? Up to 7 times? Up to 7 times? See, we don't get it because the Christian theology, remember I said a couple of weeks ago, the modern Christian theology is, well, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to give him a couple of chances.
Yeah.
Right? And while you giving him them couple of chances, what you really doing is you holding on to it. This is called the grudge cycle. How many times have we seen or we ourselves continue the cycle of holding a grudge? How many of y'all can definitely say that? I'm gonna testify to this. When we was young, we was from a neighborhood called Yellowstone. You know, YST till I DIE. You know, we thought we was gangster. So when we went to school, I went to a school that was in a place called Sunnyside, right? So the Yellowstone boys, we didn't really like the Sunnyside boys, but we coexisted, right? Until something happened. Now check it out. I want y'all to walk with me. Until something happens, so somebody else get into it with somebody else. One of the guys from Yellowstone get into it with one of the guys from Sunnyside, right? So now all of us, we plexed up, we ready to fight, and all of them ready to fight. So now what? They didn't fight. They didn't fight, but we all, look, I want you to get it now. So now the next day, you know what it is. We walking down the highway. As soon as we see them, guess what? You know, you got to give them the look. You know, y'all gonna laugh. But you know what? You know, we grown people, they be doing this. They be doing it. You know, you this happened yesterday. We give them the look. It's something right there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next week, it still haven't happened yet. But what's happening? Every time you see, you make it a point now. You make it a point to go out your way just to show them. What's the point? What's the point here? What's the point here? Grudges take time, energy, and effort. You don't realize it. You don't realize it. But see, when we was young, we would go outside our way just to walk down a different highway just so we can see them and they can see us. It's day to day. It's day to day. And here's a question though. Here's a question. You know, when God brought this to my mind, I was like, you know what? That's a real good question. Who won?
Right.
For all of you that's holding a grudge, who's winning? Who winning? Who won? Hey. You losing, really, because holding grudges take time, take energy, and it takes effort. And if you're putting that much time and effort into holding a grudge, consider how many opportunities you have missed in other areas of your life. And this is what I want to highlight. This is why I want to start by breaking the cycle, breaking the grudge cycle, because so many times we spend so much effort into staying mad at people that we should just let it go. We spend so much time agitated at people, and it's something that happened 3 days ago, but you still walking around the house mad. Come on, man. Look, say this after me. Say, break the cycle, man. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. What now? Here's the thing. What have you let go of so that you can hold on to the grudge? What have you let slip so that you can hold on? You know what? I see a whole lot of marriages that hold on to the grudge or argument from last week. And they hold on to it for months at a time. So you let your marriage slip so you can hold on to a grudge. Does that make sense? Parent-child relationships. You let your relationship with your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad slip because you want to hold on to a grudge. It's time now that we start putting in our mind, I got to break the cycle. I got to break the grudge cycle, because if you holding that tight to a grudge, that means something else on the other side is slipping. Here's one of the things I love to say. Your grudge is a distraction. Your grudge is a distraction. You have to free yourself. Look, I'm gonna say it like this. A lot of times we get so caught up on holding on to grudges, holding on to stuff. I was watching an interview with Kevin Hart. Y'all all know who Kevin Hart is, right? Very famous actor, comedian, very funny, famous actor, comedian. I was watching an interview with him, and what they started talking about, because you know the reporters, they got to be messy, right? So they start asking Kevin, hey man, you know, such and such said this about you when he was on the show. Such and said this about you on that show. Such and such said this about you on that show. And then Kevin Hart was like, man, I don't know why they saying all this stuff about me, you know. And then when it was asked, so what do you say back to that? He was like, you know what, honestly, I don't have time to be mad. I'm trying to work on doing this movie and do this movie and do this movie. And one of the things that he really said that stuck out to me, he said this. He said, I'm so preoccupied doing my, trying to go forward that I don't really have time to get caught up with and then he said this. He said, the fact that they're doing that is evident that their careers are not as far as mine, because it shows what they spend their time doing. And he left it just like that. Boom. If you were to take that time, energy, and effort that you put into making sure you catch it. If I'd have put that much time and effort into getting my education, come on. If you put that much time and effort into your marriage, into your relationships, into your friendships, into your partnerships, into your business, into cultivating your character, how much further would you be along than you sitting up trying to hold on to a grudge? Come on, we got to learn to break the cycle. Free yourself. Significance of putting your time and energy and effort into the right places versus the wrong places. So we got to learn to let it go. Look, we at 12 minutes. I'm doing good because we is almost done. All right. Jesus says not 7 times, but 70 times 7. So if you do the math, somebody, y'all got a calculator? Do the math. I ain't got a calculator. You know what? Don't even worry about it. Because if you count, that's good. But if you count 490 times, by the time you get to 491, if you still counting, you have missed the point. If you waiting on somebody to get to number 491 so you can give them one of these, you missed the point. You have, come on, man. You have missed there you go. Whoever is counting has not really forgiven. If you wait on strike 3, you really haven't forgiven. If you waiting on strike 2, you really haven't forgiven. If you waiting on strike 7, you really haven't forgiven, and it's taking time away from things that you could be doing. All right, forgiveness is taking in what's needed. Here's a co-definition. Forgiveness is taking in what's needed and releasing what is not. And I want us to get this tonight, because this is the gist of the entire lesson. Forgiveness is keeping the lesson, releasing the waste. All right. I want us to get it like this. Understand forgiveness as a take in and a release. Watch this. The system of living for your body is what? For your heart, for your internal organs, for your digestive system. What you do is you take in, you keep whatever you need, and whatever the body does not need, what happens? It releases. It releases. Why? Because your body is designed to keep what it needs and release what is not needed. Now, watch this. Keeping something in the body that is not needed causes what? Blockage and sickness. You said it. Infection to the body. Now, I want us to catch this, because this is the state of mentality, mentally and emotionally. Some of our relationships have a lot of backup, blockage, and infection, because we still have a whole lot of stuff inside that we should have what? let go. I want us to understand forgiveness as a take in and a release. Forgiveness allows you to learn. I mean, the lesson, it allows you to learn the lesson, but forgiveness allows you to keep the lesson. How do I have it in my notes? I'm gonna find it, y'all. I'm gonna find it. This is a state of mentality, mentally and emotionally, in many of our relationships is full of waste that needs to be released. Have you ever, you know what? This is kind of, I'm gonna just go there anyway. Have you ever been constipated?
Yes.
Have you ever had a blockage? You got to use the restroom, but it just won't come out.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Horrible.
Imagine 2 days of that. Imagine 3 days of that. Now, come on. There you go. Come on. Now, think of this. How your emotions feel after 3 months? How does your mind feel after 2 years of blockage? Of not taking in and not releasing. The way that your body works, we don't understand this. Our emotions, our mind is designed the same way. You're supposed to keep what you need and let go of what you don't need. The more you hold on to the anger and the hurt, the more you become a blockage to your own happiness and to your own help. I'm going to say that again. The more you hold on to that, the more you hold on to your anger, you become a block to your own blessings, to your own happiness, to your own healthy state of mind. And I want us to get this. Forgiveness, and we said it, we've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. The longer you hold on to it, the longer you stand in your own way. The longer you hold yourself back. God uses pain to teach us, train us, and direct us. And you have to learn to keep the lesson that taught you, but release the feelings of vengeance. The anger is not needed, but the lesson is. Let's say that with me. The anger is not needed, but the lesson is. Is not needed, but the lesson is. You still mad. You don't need the anger anymore. You need the lesson. You don't need to be mad and want to slap somebody no more. You just need to make a better decision next time. I want us to understand that. Say that again. Say that one more time. You can't get to the lesson if you haven't gotten past the pain. I want us to understand this. I want us to understand that the way that our bodies works is the same way that our emotions work. If you holding on to all of this stuff, you will never, and I love the way she said that, you will never be able to get that lesson. Picture this. Picture eating something with a lot of vitamins, with a lot of nutrients in it, but it got all this other stuff hooked onto it, but your body can never digest that, right? Because of all the other stuff that's hooked up on it. And how many times do we do our emotions like that? How many times do we do our relationships like that? How many times do we do so many things in our lives like that? And we running around wondering why we're not happy, why we're not healthy people, why we're not fulfilled in the things that we're doing. It's because we don't understand. Pain teaches us, but forgiveness frees us to use the lessons. Pain teaches us, but forgiveness frees us to use the lessons. That means somebody probably did something to you that hurt you, that messed you up. Pain is the teacher. Pain teaches us, but forgiveness frees us to use the lessons. Let go of what was so you can live and appreciate the now and be open and ready to what's to come. I like to say it this way. You have to free yourself from the past so you can be free for the present and expect a better future.
Yeah.
You have to be free from so you can be free for.
Yeah.
And I want us to get this with this tonight. I want us to get this, that the longer, and I'm doing so good tonight, the longer you hold on to the old, free from to be free for, the longer you hold on to the old is the longer you cannot grasp hold of the new. I want you to get that. In order for some things to come alive in your life, you got to be ready for other things to die. If you want to grab hold to the future things in your life, you got to be ready to let go of the past. Here's one of the things that I did. I'm going to share this and then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to share this and I'm going to let you guys go. What I did in my past, a young lady broke my heart. As I said, yes, oh yes. Pastor got his heart broke. Young lady broke my heart, and I had got over it, and I really treated my emotions very bad when I was younger. I would get over my emotions by getting a new person to make me forget about the other person, right? You know how we do, So I did that, but at the same time, the what I had in my heart for that one was a grudge. And so for every person that came into my life, I could not appreciate, I could not take seriously, and I did not, because I was holding on to an anger and a pain for somebody that I was no longer with. And I want you guys to understand this. This whole time that I was doing this emotionally, I'm praying to God like, God, why can't I find the one? Why can't I meet the right person? How many of us do that? We praying something to God and God is like, you the problem. You the issue. I want to bless you. And see, here's the thing. God couldn't send me the right one, because if he'd have sent me the right one, I would have misused and mistreated her all because I was holding on to something. And you don't realize this, but sometimes we hold on to things from our past because we don't know how to live without having a connection to it. So the only connection that you can have is the grudge, the anger, the pain. But tonight I want us to get it in our heads. I have got to free myself. I got to free myself from this. I got to free myself from the hurt, from the pain, from the anger, from the bitterness, from the feelings of vengeance. Here's what the word says. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I will repay. There is a difference between vengeance and justice. There is a difference between vengeance and justice. Justice is there to restore the harmony of community. Vengeance is there to satisfy one individual. I want us to understand it. I want us to understand it. We feel justified when people hurt us. We feel justified when people wrong us to retaliate. Right. We feel justified to hold on to this anger because they shouldn't have done this to me. They shouldn't have said this to me. They shouldn't have made me feel this way. We feel justified, but I want you to understand that God can handle it better than you can handle it. And when you stop fighting, that's when God starts fighting for you. And so tonight, if I could leave you with anything, let go of what was so you can live and appreciate what is and be open and ready for what is to come. So I want everybody to say this with me. Say, I've got to free myself.
I've got to free myself.
Amen. Thank you. With that, at 23 minutes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out our YouTube channel. It's completely revamped. Go to it. It's called TGM Television, completely revamped. There is daily content, daily motivational videos. We post a new Maximize Your Life. We are moving it from Thursdays to Sundays. We're going to post it on Sundays. Follow our story on Instagram and Twitter at @the_God Movement. Find us and like us on Facebook at The God Movement. You know what? How about you do this? When you go to our page on Facebook, how about you tell somebody, share some of the stuff that you see on our page. Share some of that stuff. When you go to YouTube, share some of those videos. Like, comment, subscribe, say something, join the conversation. So with that, thank you, my TGM family, for coming tonight. Be blessed, man. There's more stuff to come.